What if I told you that metal wouldn't exist without this harmony? This, my friends, is the tritone, and without it, our favorite genre would sound more like an edgier version of rock, stripped of that harsh, unsettling quality you just heard. Hello metalheads, I am Aggro, an MA music theoretician in my doctoral studies. I'm also songwriter, music teacher and beyond. Follow me on today's journey into the harshness and tension of metal, a place where tritones live. You're about to witness the harmony that defined our genre. Listen to how Richard attacks that tritone in this classic Rammstein riff. This biting interval creates the signature dissonance metalheads crave, the sound that helped metal forge its own distinct voice. It's so essential to the genre that you'd be hard-pressed to find a metal band that doesn't use it. The presence of this sharp interval in metal helped it break away from rock music, carving out its own form of expression. When I do consulting sessions with metal bands, we always ensure that these tritones are strategically placed in the guitar tracks to stay prominent, ringing out that cutting tone. And this video is made for metalheads, so let's dive into how some of the legends made the tritone their own. No wonder priests called this the devil's interval. True story, back in the Renaissance, composers of Christian so-called sacred music avoided the tritone entirely. Its jarring dissonant sound was thought to be evil, something unfit for their god-worshipping choirs. So by the 16th century, the tritone had earned the infamous nickname the devil's interval. Naturally, metal bands couldn't resist adopting it as their own. Take Madhouse by Anthrax, for example. The riff features chromatic bursts of consecutive tritones, and if you ask me, it sounds brutal. Sick, isn't it? By now, I'm sure you have sharpened your ears to recognize this harmony. So let's put it to the test. I'll play two samples, one has the tritone and the other doesn't. So listen to both of these and ask yourself which one, A or B, has that sharp, biting tone. Let's go. I knew you'd get it. Look, maybe I made it a little too obvious, but I couldn't keep it concealed. Whenever I play it, it just stands out by its nature. And since the start of this video, your ears have sharpened to pick out this grating tone. But I'm not leaving you there. Now, let's dive deeper because I'm showing you what's inside the tritone. If you're on piano, it's easy. Pick any note, go up 3 whole steps, and you'll land on the tritone. This interval is the augmented fourth, and it spans exactly 3 whole steps. On guitar, it's just as simple. Play a power chord, then move the higher note down 1 fret. That's the tritone. It's often expressed in a broken fashion, note by note, for maximum impact. Notice how Alexi Laiho emphasizes the tritone right at the start of each phrase in this riff. Let's break down the theory quickly. The song is in C minor, starting on the root, C. Then it's a whole step, whole step, whole step, and there's the tritone. And this is how the riff unfolds. Practice shows that bands use tritones not only as single notes, but as power chords as well. This means the tritone relationship often forms progression between two power chords, the root of the key and 3 whole steps up, straight onto the tritone. A perfect example of this is the opening riff of Limp Bizkit's Break Stuff.
It's just one of those days when you don't wanna wake up. Everything is fucked, everybody sucks. You don't really know why, but you wanna just be fun.
From our last example, we've seen that it's not just the melody that can trigger a tritone, right? Harmony can too. And if you're new to power chords, I encourage you to check out my video on the topic, where you will learn their structures and discover expressive ways to use these harmonies. Check out the same thing from Last but not least, I should mention that some talented guitarists can create an intense, unsettling metal vibe without using a tritone at all. And while it might sound like one, there's actually something else happening in the harmony. So remember, the tritone isn't the only means to chime the hell's bells. In that spirit, here's an example. This riff means so much to me. It hits me somewhere deep and keeps me in the dark for long. The tritone, dubbed the devil's interval for its dissonant, unsettling sound, has shaped metal's distinct voice and intensity, from haunting single notes shattered across riffs all the way to power chord progressions. This interval gives the metal its edge. This is why I brought up this topic. Tritones are a thing essential for metal musicians to be conscious of. And after watching this video, you have a clearer insight into the means of metal harmonies and how we achieve our own heavy sound. So metalheads, I hope you enjoyed the video and picked up something useful from this content today. If there's a specific topic you'd like me to cover, you can let me know in the comment section. In the meantime, stay tuned to Dark Industry for more, and stay heavy.